right, good morning class. Today we are going to be learning about multisyllabic words, specifically containing prefixes and suffixes. And today I'm going to go over a little bit about what that means, and then I'm going to demonstrate an activity that we're going to break off into groups to do together, which is going to be a puzzle that we're going to put together in small groups. And then you all are going to get to choose an article to read about and identify these words that we're learning about today. So we're going to start by coming up with some examples so you all can see. And I'm going to go ahead and pass out this informative handout that will explain what I'm going over today, so you have it in front of you to see yourself. So just to describe multisyllabic, because that's a big funny word. So we've all learned about syllables, but just to review, syllables in a word are, you have one syllable if you're going to say, for instance, the word proud, because you have proud. Now, if you have the word proudly, it becomes proudly. So you have two syllables. So for something to be multisyllabic, that means it has multiple syllables. So you're going to have more than one syllable. Multiple meaning more than one. So what we're learning about today is going to be specifically with prefixes and suffixes. So a prefix is going to be something that is a word that is placed before a word. A suffix is going to be a word that is placed after a word. And these placements of these new additions to the word can change the meaning of the word, and we're going to learn about how they do that today. So here we've got our prefix, suffix, root word tree, okay? So these are going to be some common prefixes and suffixes that we come up with, and how these words here can grow to create new words based on these leaves that we've added onto our tree, all right? So I'm just going to go ahead and start us off here. I'm going to come up with one of our common prefixes or suffixes, or both, which we can see how that will work when we come up with our words. And I'm going to explain how it changed the meaning of the word. And we're going to come up with sentences to describe these words and maybe define them if we can do that. So let's start off with a suffix. So we have a common suffix of less. So I'm going to try and think of something that you can go before that word. So I'm going to go with the word careless. So care. Can anybody tell me what care means? To care about something.
Yeah, that you have an emotional attachment to it.
Perfect. Okay, so is that what that means? Now when we're adding our suffix, less, careless. So she had a careless nature about her, meaning she really didn't have too much concern about what was going on. So our new word would be careless there, from care to careless. And we see how that meaning has changed the word. I'm going to go ahead and add care down to our tree, so we can use that as an example later on in our activity. Okay, does anybody have maybe a word that they want to suggest for our chart here? Or I can suggest another? Okay, so I'll provide the word and I'll see if somebody can come up with a prefix or a suffix. And then maybe if you can come up with one or the other, I can show you how a prefix and a suffix can go into a word. So how about the word agree? Who wants to tell me what agree means? To agree. Mark.
It means that you have the same opinion on something.
Excellent. Have the same opinion on something. So can you think of one of our prefixes here or a suffix here that can be added to this word that may change the meaning?
Say dis.
Dis. Okay. So disagree. So now what are we saying with this meaning?
Means you have a difference of opinion.
Difference of opinion. Perfect. Now what if I were to add the suffix able from our leaves here that we've come up with? Now we have disagreeable. So now it's more of a characteristic trait. Someone is disagreeable, so they're likely to have a difference of opinion. So you see how we went from our root word here, we added a prefix, made it one thing, we added a suffix, and it made it a completely new word. So these are what we're going to be looking for in our articles that we are going to read individually on our own. So I'm going to provide another example. Let's go with, how about view? So view has a meaning of, I can use it in a sentence, it was a lovely view from my window. Okay, so let's say we want to add free from our leaves here. So preview. So can anyone tell me how this changed my meaning completely?
Well, View would be, like you said, something you could see. Preview would be something you could see beforehand, or
Maybe you got a head start on that and saw it already. Okay, perfect. And then now we're going to use one of our common suffixes from our leaves here, and we're going to add the ed. So now we have previewed. So that means that we've already done it. We previewed it. It was done in the past. As you can see in our leaves here, there's also some other common prefixes and suffixes, including ing, ly, adding to the end of the word, full. So like, for instance, we could come up with proudly. We could, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to demonstrate. So we're going to break into groups. Before we do that, I want to show you all exactly how we're going to do our puzzles today. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I've got my model set up here for you all. So you're going to have a combination of some sentences that are fill in the blank. So you're looking for the blank in the word, in the sentence. And then you're going to have some that might just be a simple definition that's defining the word that you're looking for. You're going to have little puzzle pieces that are going to include prefixes, suffixes that are going to be from our leaves here. And then you're going to have root words throughout your puzzle pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably first identify my root words in regards to the sentences, and then through the context clues or the definition, find out what exactly they're looking for us to create in our puzzles. So number one, it says, the student was unclear about the meaning of the word, so ask the teacher to blank it. So for my root words here, I already know I see my prefixes and suffixes, re, in, us, ibble. I know these aren't going to be the main word because none of those are actually words. They don't make sense on their own. So I'm going to pull out what I believe are my root words. So I have access, I have define, and I have danger. So do we think that the student is going to ask the teacher to do something dangerous with the word?
no.
Probably not. Is the student going to ask the teacher to access something with the word?
No.
So through our context clues and process of elimination, we are sticking with define. So the student was unclear about the meaning of the word, so ask the teacher to blank it. So in define, does that sound about right?
No.
Definable, ask the teacher to definable it.
No.
Ask the teacher to define it.
No.
Nope, okay. So we're going to go with redefine. I'm just going to Velcro it on. You all are going to have your own Velcro to do. All right, we have another fill in the blank here. The black mamba, which is a snake, is considered one of the most blank animals on Earth. So do we think it's an excess animal?
No.
Or danger animal?
Danger animal.
All right, is it going to be a dangerable animal?
No.
Probably not. So through context clues, we're going to come up with dangerous. And now we're on our last one. So this one's actually going to be made a little bit easier for us because we've eliminated a lot of the options. So number 3 is going to be a definition. Unable to be reached or used. So we're left with access. And we've got 3 cards left. So it looks like we're going to go inaccessible.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, does anybody have any questions about what we are expected to do with our puzzles?
No.
Okay, so next I'm going to break you all up into small groups to work together on your own puzzles. I'm going to provide you with a number, and then when I call that number group, you'll go to the coordinated color table, and then we will all start working on our puzzles. We'll have about 5 minutes to work on those. And then from there, we're going to get to choose our articles today, which there's several different interesting articles for you all to choose from. And we're going to read through those, and we're going to circle our identifiable multisyllabic words. So, all right, Mark, you're going to be in group 1, John group 2, Susie group 3, Cindy group 4, and so on, because I have one student today. All right, so my group 1s, I'm going to have you go to blue table, please, and that's going to be right over here. So y'all can just wait for the rest of the students to get to their tables, and we'll start. Group 2, you can go to my orange table. Thank you very much. Group 3, you can go to the purple table. And group 4, you're going to go to green. All right, now before we start on this, I want you all to make sure you're using our root word tree as an example for you to use during your puzzle to infer on what maybe the prefix or suffix that your question or sentence is asking for. Also, I'll be walking around to help if anyone has any questions at all. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that, and I'll be walking around, and when we are done, we're going to try and come up with our own sentences or definition based on our puzzles that we came up with, and we can share those because everyone's puzzles have different words on them. So that way everyone gets a chance to hear different multisyllabic words and prefixes and suffixes. Does that make sense? Any questions?
Not yet.
Thumbs up if you got it. Hands up if you have a question. All right, great. We'll get started. I'm coming around to help you all out, okay? All right, and our 5 minutes is up. So great job, everybody. So I'm going to call on tables, and we're just going to see, based on the words that you all came up with, if it provided a definition, for instance, that helped you come up with the word. I'm going to see if there was a special word that you found in there as a group that you all want to share in a sentence, or if it was a sentence that was provided, if you all want to give the definition. So you can choose the word out of your 10 words that you all came up with, and share one that you all agreed that you liked the most, or just found it the most interesting. And you're going to give me the sentence or definition. So, Mark, did your group have a word that you found particularly interesting?
Yes, incomplete.
Incomplete. Perfect. And what did the root word puzzle give you the definition, or did it give you the sentence?
It gave us a sentence.
Okay. So do you all have a definition that you came up with for that word?
Yes. It would be an assignment that was not complete, or it was a task that wasn't completely fulfilled.
Or that wasn't finished. Perfect. Great job. Okay, and everyone else is going to share their one word from their group as well. Excellent job. So now we are going to get to choose our articles to read through. We've got some really interesting ones today. We have some on actually the black mamba that we talked about being one of the world's most dangerous animals on Earth. We have one about careers, which our article today is a career on teaching. And we've got several other ones that y'all are going to choose from. If you are unsure which article you are wanting to read today, I'm happy to help you find something you might find interesting, or at your preferred readability level. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then again, you all are going to read through your article. I'm going to suggest that you read your article one full time through. Once you're done reading, you're going to go back through, read your article again, and identify those words that consist of one of our prefixes, suffixes, or both. And then we're going to turn those in when we are complete. Thank you very much.